a matter of acclimating yourself to the idea of organizing your ideas. Then you come up with some kids who say, well, I'd rather not think. Okay, fine. If you'd rather not think, then you'd rather not think about going to an Ivy League university, okay? Because put yourself in the position of the admissions department at the Ivy League university. Let's say Stanford. There are 1,400 freshmen every year, 1,400 from the entire world, okay? How do you get yourself into that group of those 1,400? Well, you could say, well, you know, I'm going to tell them that I don't really like to think. I'd rather not write. You know, given a choice between doing geometry homework, I'd rather play a video game. You know, I think you can, if you put yourself in the role of the person in the admissions office, they don't want you. And I'll tell you why. And you don't want to go there either. Because the reason is this. You don't belong there. You don't belong there. Okay? And you don't want to be in a place where you don't belong. We had a couple of students when I was there. Oh, here's the deal. You get to Stanford, see, and then what you find out, let's say you were the smartest kid in your school, your whole high school, let's say, okay? You get there, everybody else was the smartest kid in their high school. And they all think that they're smarter than you are. And it becomes very intense, the competition. The thing is, the teachers at Stanford are almost inconsequential. What's important is the competition between the students, okay? And if you can't hold your head above water, you will drown. And you will have a very unhappy experience. You will become a nobody, and you'll be written off. It's, you know, they don't want to let you in for something like that. You don't want to be there for something like that. If you want to get into a university like that, put yourself in the position of the admissions officer. What they're going to look for is somebody who is dedicated to the idea of education. Okay? Maybe it's science, maybe it's literature, maybe who knows what it is. Some kid who's dedicated to that. Not a parent who's dedicated to their child's education, but a kid who's dedicated. If you can't do anything without your parents hovering over you, you don't belong in college. Okay? Okay? You need to do it on your own. It's your initiative. Okay? You decide. The ball is in your hands. Now you say, well, I'm not a genius. How can I get into a good school like that? You don't have to be a genius. What you do have to do is you have to be dedicated. You have to be dedicated to your education. And how do you prove your dedication? By performing. Okay? These tests that you're going to take, they are in part a measure of your ability to dedicate yourself to a subject. Okay? If you're willing to study, if, for example, given a chance between going to the beach or going to Great America with your friends and reading a biology textbook, which person would get into Stanford? Okay? Let's say you're in the admissions department there, and there's some kid who says, you know, I love biology. Okay, given a chance between going to Great America or reading more about biology, which would you rather do? If you'd rather go to Great America, go. Go to Great America, and then go to San Jose State. Okay? But do not fool yourself, and do not put unrealistic expectations on yourself that you deserve to go to Stanford, because you don't. Okay? What you need to do is you need to work so hard, dedicate yourself so much, that when you write that application letter, you believe you deserve to be there with the smartest kids in the world. You deserve that spot because you earned it. Okay? Given the choice between playing some stupid video game and, you know, learning your geometry, you chose geometry. Emily John mentioned passion. A few years ago, I was listening to the TV and they had the news on. They had the lady from Google, and they were asking her. She's in PR at Google. Oh, not PR, but yeah, human HR, hiring people. And they're saying, who do you hire to go to, you know, to work here at Google? Somebody who got a PhD from Harvard or something? No. She says the one quality they looked for more than anything else was passion. You must be passionate. And I'll tell you, I see a lot of kids who are waiting to be told what to do. Okay? They sit there and say, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? No passion. You ask them, if you could do any one thing in the world, what would you want to do? I don't know. You know? No ideas, no passion. Ask yourself, do you deserve to take that seat at Stanford away from some other kid who who has passion, who's been working for 10 or 20 years. Can you really? Raleigh Steen. His father made a $3 million grant to Stanford. He got in. Surprise. Anyway, he didn't belong there, but he was a good old boy. Okay, he never pretended he belonged there. Okay, he always rooted for Texas anyway when there was a football game. So the thing is, look at, if you want to get into a place like this, like Brown or Stanford or Harvard or MIT, don't try to sneak in, okay? Deserve it, earn it, so that you can stand up and when you write the letter of application, you can tell them, this is my spot, I deserve it, I earned it, okay? But remember, you got to dedicate yourself. If you were going to try to get into the Olympics, how many days a week would you practice? How many hours a day? 3, 4 hours a day, every day of the week. How many kids devote that time to their biology or their chemistry or their English? No, they don't. They think, oh, well, all I have to do is just go to high school X, do the minimum required, and then I'm going to slip into Stanford. Well, I hope it doesn't happen. Maybe it will, but I hope it doesn't. I hope the people that get in there are people who deserve to be there. People who have worked and who have dedicated themselves and, you know, have some passion about life, who want to do something, right? You don't want to just get in and say, well, what do I do now? You know, waiting to be told what to do.